Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bounce Checks, the place that we are talking about Big Brother. Also, it's on a podcast, a place that everything but silent. I got my titles mixed up today. Hi, I'm Isaiah. I'm back again to host this beautiful podcast with some beautiful people to talk about Big Brother 24. We are at the final four, so that's a fun time. Interesting season all around. I can't wait for next week when this all comes to either a chaotic close or a wholesome close. We don't know how it's going to end, but I'm here with my two co-hosts. So, like usual, I'm here with Katie. Katie, what's going on?
Oh, do we have a lot to talk about tonight? Not too much. I'm excited that Josie's here with us again tonight. I don't know. I'm ready to get into it. I'm excited to be here.
And also, like Katie just said, our other panelist Josie is back. What's going on, Josie?
I'm good. I've just moved. Obviously, the setup is very different. I've moved. I've been trying to adapt with school, two jobs. So, I feel better about being back. I feel like things are back to normal as normal can be for me. So I'm very excited. And, this last HOH, I was like, I have to come back. I don't care what.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to move my entire life around for this specific podcast. Like, there's no way I'm missing it.
Okay, so a lot is going down. A lot more than usual. Usually around this time in Big Brother, it's definitely like a dead spot. It gets a little boring, but this time it's a little different. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, game and non-game related, which is kind of unexpected, but we're here to talk about it. So last time we were here, obviously we were left with Michael getting eliminated, and wow, that was still a blind side. We're still kind of getting used to all that
Mm-hmm.
scenario. Katie, did we talk about Michael getting eliminated last time? I
We
forget.
did, yeah. But I don't think we talked about the veto because the veto was at like 5
Yeah.
a.m. the next morning. And I think we
Yeah.
recorded on Friday. So, yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was the last thing we saw
How do we feel about that?
about the veto and
Yeah.
Brittany and everything. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Well, I don't know. I woke up that Saturday and it was like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and everyone's like, Brittany won the veto. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, it's
Yeah.
what? This makes no sense. And then it was just like chaos from there throughout the rest of the week. Unexpected chaos. Like, you don't often get chaos at the final five, but here we are.
Josie, how you feeling about Michael getting eliminated and then all the events that went down last week, basically?
I thoroughly enjoyed Michael's eviction. Okay, I don't know. There's two parts of it. First of all, the performative activism that we witnessed. Thank goodness the jury called them out. Indy coming through.
I know.
I said some stuff this season that has made me personally upset. But this is the one time I looked and I said, "Hey, come on, common sense. It's tapping into it." I was very glad that people were holding other people accountable, even though Michael was not there. I'm very excited to see how jury reacts when Michael does show up. We've seen some things in the spoiler girl streets, but I don't even know if she's an accurate source, so we'll see. But I think I'm shaking that. No. But yeah, I was very happy to see Michael go because one, I think it flips the game in its entirety in general, because I feel like he was set up to win. I think I said that like week 2. I said Kyle and Michael are the two to be set up to win, obviously because of a bunch of different factors. And then in terms of Brittany winning veto, I don't know. I think it's Brittany post veto that literally drove me insane.
Yeah.
Winning, actually winning the veto, okay, cool, different. Wasn't expecting it. I had my money on Turner or Monty, to be quite honest with you. I do think Taylor has the ability to win comps, but I think there's tailored comps really in Taylor's wheelhouse, and we don't know what these competitions are going in. So I see more of a probability between Turner and Monty. So for Brittany to pull it out, someone said that she tapped into the Michael spirit. I don't know, but I
This
was
is for you, Michael.
literally, I was like, shut up. But overall, like it's been a very interesting few weeks, and I feel like we've kind of forget that there's gameplay still done at
Hmm.
like final five, final fours, and I feel like all of these egos being shown at this final five stage is crazy to me. So I'm here for it.
So going into this week, obviously we actually saw Monty get HOH, and you would think that this is a boring HOH. I mean, look, he's gonna throw Brittany up. He's gonna put up
Don't call Monty
Alyssa.
boring, Isaiah. He doesn't like that.
Sorry, totally forgot.
He
But
is. Woo.
we saw our second showman of the season actually form, which I I don't know if it was unexpected or not. I thought him and Taylor, it's an interesting development. They went from like not like Taylor vocalized she's not interested in Monty. Monty obviously has made his comments towards her, about her, and then they kind of developed like this brother sister thing, and then oh now a snake is getting uncaged under the covers. So this is it's interesting developments, but they're a showmance now.
Isaiah, I said last week when we were rating Monty, I don't remember exactly what I said, but we were talking about how he and Terrence were like still bashing Taylor. And I said, he
Yeah.
likes her. I can tell he likes her. It's the way he looks at her, whatever. And like, lo and behold, a couple of days later, here they are. I was surprised to see it on the timeline when I woke up in the morning. I didn't think it was actually going to happen, but I felt it. I felt the vibe, at least from his end. So I'm not super surprised by it, but I'm surprised by it from her, but whatever, we'll talk about it. I'm not mad though. I'm not mad. Let them have
I
their
mean,
fun.
this is the time to talk about it. I mean, Josie's making a whole lot of faces here. Like, how did you feel waking up seeing them sucking face and everything in the HOH room?
I will admit I was shook. That was like the last thing I was expecting, to be real honest with you. You know, not to say that I'm jailer by any means. Like I don't really consider me myself a part of that group. I'm like not really pro showmance in the first place. But there are a few people I have a soft spot for, and I think Joseph and Taylor, like, and the way I feel like from the beginning, obviously there was the rough patch, but from what we saw and how we progressed it, like I was not expecting Monty to like pull through out of nowhere. I do think that it was obvious that that man had feelings for her, but
Mm-hmm.
the bashing, that's what I have an issue with. Because you guys are grown adults, y'all can do whatever the fuck you want. Y'all pay your own bills, y'all pay taxes. Who am I, a Canadian, like 21-year-old, to say what you can and cannot do in the Big Brother house? It's your life. However, I just don't fuck with the fact that if you're gonna say shit behind my back, keep that energy. Keep that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Because why are you now kissing her face all upon her, dancing for her, doing all this crazy nonsense? I don't know, shaking the rattle of the cage. I don't know, the snakes. I really don't care what analogy that man used to say that he is sleeping with her. But I just find it weird that you've been talking shit about her since like day two. Can we not forget that the whole Taylor drama also hit a big boiling point because Monty refused to believe her and went to
Mm-hmm.
Paloma? Are we forgetting that? Because I have not. I have not personally. So I just don't fuck with the whole talking shit and then sleeping with her. Because if they develop feelings or she develops feelings and she gets to see all the clips back, obviously she's gonna feel some type of way about a lot of these people in general. But sleeping with someone crosses a line in terms of intimacy and vulnerability. And so I don't know how she's gonna react to seeing all those clips of Monty. So it'll
You
be
know they're
interesting.
already in her DMs too. Everybody sent the videos over. People are flooding her Instagram and her Twitter DMs
One
with all the
thing about
videos
me
of
to
this
Twitter,
man.
they gonna be
Mm-hmm.
in someone's DM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll see. We'll see how it rocks.
In my opinion, it doesn't matter. Like, obviously, don't make them comments, but when they get out the house, they're going to see it. Taylor's going to get over it. I
Yeah.
think Monty's going to get over it. They're going to be friends again, and they're probably going to still do stuff.
I
They're
think
both
they're gonna
grown.
be maybe in a relationship. I mean, they're
I
like,
don't.
I think
I
so.
don't.
With the
Be
way
for
they
real.
have been
Be
the
for
last
real.
like
No.
24 hours, I think
Listen,
so.
they're horny. Let's be honest.
I
Be
mean,
They're
they're
for
definitely
sexually
real.
horny.
frustrated.
Be
Taylor has made how many comments? See,
He's like,
like,
I want my back blown.
you
I'm
know,
Yeah, I
you
like,
know.
know,
She's.
you tell him.
when I saw, I don't naturally care about like who's doing stuff in Big Brother houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was a big win for me. And it's not even for them. It was just for the jailers, just like being down bad. Like,
You're so vile for that.
this was like a flashback to Hannah and DX stands
That's what everybody's saying.
attacking everybody. And then they got a huge hit of reality when that Claire cover came out. And I was like,
No,
Joseph and Taylor, they're just friends, and if they want to do stuff, they can. But they're not going to date. Everyone's like, no, they're in love. Did you see his goodbye message? Did y'all forget that he gave like a same goodbye message to Amira, talking about
Well,
like
yeah.
I'll play like they're flirty, like they're friends. They remind me more of Kaser and Janelle than like a showmance, personally. So I
no.
was like, Joseph and Taylor, I never saw them being a relationship
I
at
don't
all.
think I saw them
So
being in a relationship per se. Again,
no,
I don't really get invested in the showmances. Obviously,
me neither.
I like. because I
Yeah.
personally like a little flirt mance. I like
Yeah.
when
Mm.
people flirt with me. I like to flirt back, and I like to see it with other people. I don't know. It's just cute. I like the banter. That's why I watch Love
Yeah.
Island. Hello. So,
But listen, go ahead. Go ahead.
but for me, like I just obviously Taylor has said she has some type of vibe from Joseph. It's Joseph to me who has made his intentions unclear. And so to assume that they're going to be in a relationship after this, absolutely not. I don't know these people. They don't know me.
Yeah.
No,
So
those
Listen.
two, I don't think. I mean, Joseph had a situationship at home anyway, and his
a lot
brother
of
was
people
in a
had a
Twitter
lot of
Spaces.
situationships back home. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Can we talk about this for 2 seconds? A lot of people had people back home,
Hmm.
got into this house and did some mess. I'm looking at Alyssa. I'm looking at Joseph. I'm looking at Jasmine.
Indy had someone.
Indy, all of them. It's a mess. One thing about the Big Brother house, people forget that the cameras are on and who they have back home. Okay, they can say they miss you on the live feeds and everything, but they don't be thinking about you constantly. So this whole like having people
Yeah.
back, I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see who's with who at the end. I'm probably gonna tune in for 2 minutes and then get back to my life
Yeah.
so I could do me things.
I just personally enjoyed anyone with the name Jailer in their Twitter handle. Just
Hmm.
like being down bad that day. Like there was a lot of Twitter
That
spaces,
day, they're still
people
having
people
meltdowns.
admitting defeat, being super sad. I was just like, I was soaking all that in. I was like, oh yeah, like this is funny. So that's my toxic trait. You know, I just like to watch
Mm-hmm.
stand. You know, there's fandoms, there's standoms. I like to watch them come crash and burning down. You know, but
You're
anyway,
evil.
anyway.
That's mean spirit. I'm sorry to the jailers. I'm sorry for
I'm
those.
not. Just
Isaiah is
don't
not,
cut
and
that.
I'll say it for you. I hope you recover.
So outside of that, basically, we see Monty. He's nominating Brittany and Alyssa. Oh wait, Alyssa's already out. We see Monty getting Alyssa out. Basically, obviously, this whole showmance thing's coming out. And last night, after Alyssa is eliminated, which we will talk about in a few minutes, Monty Taylor has won HOH. She is now our HOH. She's guaranteed a spot in the final three. And due to, obviously the competition accelerating, nominations don't matter. We have Monty as the veto winner. So right now,
Speeding right
these,
through.
yeah. I mean, look, there's not a lot to talk about
He
at this
said, "Fuck
point.
the season. Let's get
We're,
into it."
yeah, we're gonna talk about everyone individually, but basically we see Monty and Taylor the guaranteed spots at this point in the final three. It's gonna be very interesting. But what's the without obviously talking about the individual players because we got to do our ranking things. But how do you guys feel seeing the HOH outcome, hearing the veto outcome, seeing both of them wearing crowns and robes in the HOH room, kissing still, like what's going on there?
I feel like we just need to give them their privacy at this point. Like,
Turn the cameras off. I don't want to see it.
yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna be
good.
honest.
Good for them. I'm happy for them. Like, whatever. When Taylor gets home and either she's going to see everything and forgive him, which is probably what's going to happen, or she's going to see everything and then get upset. And so everybody that's out there saying, oh, I love Taylor and I just want the best for her, like you blasting her with all this terrible shit that this man said about her 3 months ago is just only going to make her feel worse. So, like, maybe don't rub it in her face. I don't know. Just a thought. Like, they actually know each other. We don't know them. We just watch them on screen. So, like, just leave it alone. If they want to be together, let them. If they don't, don't. If they just want to hook up, let them hook up. Like, whatever. They obviously are into each other right now. So, I just don't need to see it all day, every day. And, like, every feed update that I read, and every time I check the hashtag or Reddit or whatever, it's just like, Taylor and Monty making out, Taylor and Monty talking about making out, and like talking whatever. Like, I'm good. I don't need to know that Monty's beard is gonna taste like her all day. Like, I got it. We're good. Like, we can use our imagination. We're good. I'm happy for them. I'm not yucking anybody's yum. It's just like I'm good giving them privacy. I don't need to be a voyeur. You know what I mean?
I spoke to my friend and she said, so they were so quickly to show Taylor and Monty kissing, but not Kyle's like 15 seconds in heaven. I don't get that.
15.
Well, it was so quick they could switch the camera
10.
over and it was over.
Sorry, I gave him too
Yeah,
much
don't
credit.
be generous.
10.
That was a 50% increase of the time that you just gave
Yeah.
them.
Oh my god. Anyway, so we might as well just get into these rankings. Just like I said.
Wait, I got
Wait,
something
hold on.
real quickly.
I was just gonna say really quick, Josie, and then I'll let you go. I saw a tweet the other day of the video of like Monty and Taylor obviously like hooking up and like clearly having a good time, feeds her down for like two hours or so, and then somebody reposted the clip of Kyle and Alyssa right after they had sex, and he's just like, I'm really bad at sex, but I like having sex with you. And she's like, do you like me? Like, do you like me? And he's like, we don't have to keep having sex if you don't. Like, grow up, you losers. At least like Taylor and Monty are two beautiful people having like adult relationships with each other, so good for them.
I'm dead.
I want to talk about, like, I don't know. Are we going to talk about Alyssa?
Sure.
Are we
I was gonna put that in ranking, but sure.
Okay. I'm gonna briefly say for the week, Taylor almost getting evicted this week. What the fuck? Brittany is so insecure. Insecure, mamas.
I have so much to say.
We'll talk about her individually, but the fact that Alyssa almost stayed is what's mind-boggling to me about this entire week. Because of Brittany. Not Turner, Brittany. That is freak-like material. I could not have bet my bottom dollar on not happening this week. For what? Michael just got evicted. Baby girl, what are you doing? The one person who's been close to you this entire time? I don't know. What a week that was.
I thought the clip was funny where you see Taylor and I think it was Monty. They were like talking about
in the kitchen.
Yeah,
and she's
Brittany. Like starts crying.
I can't wait to talk about Brittany. I won't get into it now. I'll wait till we get to her, but I have so much to say about Brittany. I can't wait.
Reek. Anyway,
I mean, listen, you could talk about it right now because, look, I listen.
I want to see these rankings. I want to see what you've done.
So these are the rankings right now. Obviously, not much has changed. Miss Alyssa has dropped.
C. Be fucking for real.
No, the reason why we put her there was because if she made it to the end, she had somewhat of a chance to win over Turner and Brittany, in our opinions. Mm-hmm. So that reason alone for jury votes, yes.
I mean, obviously we know the answer now.
But she was the bottom of C, so yeah.
She was above Turner.
Because she would have beat Turner at that.
If
she was sitting next to Turner, she would have won.
Turner would have made the final before Alyssa. Hands down.
You also got to remember, this was
we didn't
before,
have we didn't have Taylor.
Also before Brittany started going psycho, we thought, hey, all three girls could like just go together. And then Brittany had her little episode, and then we were like, oh, never mind.
No, let me ask this question, and then we can get back to the reality of it. When have the girls worked together seriously?
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah, agreed.
There was no way that... I'm sorry if the girls really thought, oh my God, they were going to make the final three and make it. I don't know if Twitter.com thought so, but let's be fucking real. Brittany, Taylor, and Alyssa making it to the end, the three of them. Let's be fucking for real. Let's be real.
No, I never thought that
I'm glad you said it because I'll get canceled if I said that.
I'm being honest.
Uncancelable Isaiah's going to get canceled.
Right, get him.
Go ahead.
It's crazy that y'all put her in C. I would have at least, me being generous, I would have put her ass in D. But, that's me being generous. But it's okay. She's out. So we can
exactly. So we have our final four. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if much is going to change here, but we can talk about it. Mm-hmm. Brittany. I mean, look, she's the talk of the town right now. She's an F. I'm before we continue, I feel like she's going to stay in F. I mean, that's not a hot take, right?
No, that's not a hot take at all. I mean, she's going home. She's going home this week. This is
goodbye.
She's going home.
So what's the opinions on her?
I just want to talk about her game. Well, not even her game, just her in general last week with like this poor me victim complex of like, Big Brother, this isn't fair that they're allowed to stay up until 8 a.m. Like, they're supposed to be asleep from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. Like, what are you saying? Why are you have the complete ability to wake your ass up and go hang out with them and go sit and hall monitor them too, the same way that Michael used to do. But you're choosing not to. You're sitting in your bed and you're pouting and you're crying. Like, I don't understand. You sit outside. That one night that they were in the hammock, the night that I don't know if that was like the 5 a.m. That was the night that they had the first sleepover party in the bed. And she was laying in the hammock miserable. It's like, Nobody wants a chaperone. Nobody wants a camp counselor. I've been calling her a camp counselor that seems like she gets bullied by the kids that she's counseling. And then someone else said that she's like an unpopular RA. And I'm like, yes, that's like an adult camp counselor that is an unpopular RA. Josie, unpopular, not popular. Unpopular, who gets bullied by the people that they have to, like, she wears that hat. She looks like a fucking hall monitor, like a crossing guard. I don't understand what her issue is. And she's not old. She's 32. Like, I'm older than her, and I would be up all night hanging with these people. Like, why? You don't have to act like you're an old lady mom to like get along with young people. I just don't understand. And then to blame them and to take it out on Taylor specifically and say, Taylor was supposed to be with me, but she stayed up until 8 a.m. and had a slumber party. She doesn't care about me. Like, what happened to you? Like, literally, what happened to you? And then to flip the vote, try and flip the vote, be so transparent to Turner, get Turner to immediately, like, you know, he's not going to run upstairs and tell them exactly, which is exactly what he did. And she's then telling Alyssa, like, oh, I just don't understand. And then she doesn't cop up to the vote to Taylor. She's still lying to Taylor the next week. Of course it was you. Everybody, it's just crazy. I don't know what she's doing. She threw her one ally under the bus. Like, it doesn't make sense. And Taylor, unfortunately, has had her since the beginning. She has never betrayed Brittany ever. It was always, it still is for her. Like, final two with Brittany is obviously not happening, but like, I don't know. She's a mess. She's a terrible game player. As soon as Michael walked out of the house, she just, no one was around to control her spiral.
Oh my goodness. There's so many things you talked about that I want to touch on, but there's so many things that I also just need to. Oh my God. Brittany this week has been a mess. To talk to your point, because you said something that I was going to first mention. No one treats anybody like they're older unless they put themselves in that position.
Yeah.
So we have seen very much older house guests get along with these younger kids or whatever you want to call them, even though the cast this range has like is much older than what we're used to.
Like Terrence.
Well, look at Tiffany last season. Tiffany was in hanging out with them all night. Like, she's older than Brittany.
These people used to be fresh out of uni, like fresh out of uni, and then get on the show. Whereas this, I feel like a lot of them have their lives together. They're much older. I think it has everything to do with the Karen effect. I will not be talking about this because that's a whole essay topic. But my point being is that she has put herself in that position. She's not old. She's not old. No. I don't look at her and go, oh, she's old. I sometimes forget that she's even married. And I only remember when she plays with her ring. Like, I genuinely forget all of these things. It's literally, she makes herself so small. And then she gets confused why she's not a part of things when she's isolated herself. And then she complains. I don't get it. You are in this game. There is like, I don't know how much money is on the line. I'm going to say $1 million, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's less than that. But let's hypothetically say $750,000 on the line. Why are you babying? You can lack some sleep for 3 days and get your bag instead of complaining in the hammock and crying. These people are talking about Michael. They were like, oh, Michael's so good. And she's having a meltdown. I literally thought I was watching a soap opera. I was like, there's no way this is real. I genuinely thought it was a joke. I thought someone was kidding and putting the two clips.
Me too.
Because I was like, there's no way that these are interlined and she's crying over this stupid conversation when all of these people have kept you in the house. You're not evicted. You're not evicted. They picked you over him. Why are you crying? Shut up. Why are you crying? Why are you having this temper tantrum? It's so ridiculous to me. And for her to screw Taylor, here's the thing about Brittany. She has been talking shit about Taylor like the rest of them. She has not got as much flack as everyone else should. But I think Brittany is much worse because she's pretending to be her friend. I would rather know my enemy than be friends with someone pretending to be my friend and then talking shit behind my back. I think that's 10 times worse. So Brittany is a freak. Taylor has done nothing to betray Brittany. Not once. I'm not perfect, but if you have the screenshots, if you have the material, please send them my way. But as of what I know, she's not. And she's had her back. I don't understand how Brittany has gone out of her way to talk shit about Taylor, then victimize herself, and then be confused at the end of the day and being like, because I just saw a tweet where she was like, oh, I'm going home. She had me this entire time. Yeah, baby girl, she did. You're a fucking fool. You're an idiot. You don't deserve to win. What have you done in the game? What have you done? Michael literally carried her. And the moment Michael left, she had no gameplay. She literally Britney'd herself. They are literally calling it Britney yourself. It's mind boggling. Honestly, quite frankly, she needs a lot of maturing and growing up to do. Like, be
Mhm.
fucking for real. Like, I can't. Ugh.
It's Taylor's karma. It's crazy that every single, at least girl, but like including guys, anyone who was like talking trash about her has like gone home, and it's kind of wild to watch right now. So Taylor's karma is hitting hard, and they're learning the hard way. But
The
like
best
we
thing,
said,
oh,
go ahead.
sorry. I was just
No,
gonna say
no.
the best thing was when she went up to Alyssa and was like, "Did you guys call me a Karen last night?" And then like she wasn't even like really acting like a Karen until like
Yeah.
after that. Then she literally was trying to call the Big Brother manager and be like, "This is against the rules." Like it was just perfect timing to be like, "Did I hear you call me a Karen?" And then she just like morphed into full Karen.
She's like, they call me a slur, like
She
but
said that.
No,
no.
I don't think she said
Oh,
that.
okay.
but
I was like, what?
there you go.
No, she was very weird for that. Very weird. Very Karen like. She did manifest it on herself.
She
Truly.
did. She
One thing
did.
about this house, they manifest. Because I saw
Mhm.
a clip of Indy talking about Taylor. This house manifests. One thing, there's gonna be Taylor's karma and there's gonna be manifestation. And baby girl, you did it to yourself. And I truly, truly, sincerely hope she's gonna get humbled in the jury house, come back on finale, realize what a freak she was, and
Well,
get
she's going to the hotel. She's not even going.
what do you
I
mean?
can't. I want her
Final
because
Four doesn't
Final
go
Four
to the
gets
jury house.
questioning. Yeah,
They go to sequester and then they meet them at the round table.
yeah. So she
Oh,
doesn't get to experience the jury
so she's
house.
gonna even go crazier by herself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wow. Unhinged.
Okay. So next is Turner. We put Turner at C last time. I don't know if Turner. I don't think Turner's leaving this week. Now that Monty has
No.
veto, I think he's good. He his winning chances against Taylor and Monty does not look well. I'm not gonna lie. He'd have to like win the final comp and then take out Monty or something, or take out. I don't know what he has to do at this point. I don't think he can win at this point. Like he's actually had a very impressive game. I think. I don't think he's actively been credited for a lot of the moves he has made because I think it was really house consensus moves instead of him taking someone out. But I mean, he's won his competitions. He's been strategic enough. I will give him credit for the Michael move for sure. But it's
I don't
like
give him credit for even that.
For the
that's what
what?
I'm saying. It's hard. Like I think people give Monty credit for the Michael move more than him. I think people as a house take the whole Daniel thing. I think people as a house take who's the other person he took out? It was
Amira.
Joseph.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ew.
So it's like a lot of his targets, it's not him. Oh, in was he HOH when Kyle left?
Yeah, he did Amira, Kyle, and
But that was
Michael.
by force. He didn't
Like
want to do it.
he's taking a lot of people out, but it's like it's not he's not the one getting credit. Like it's like everyone kind of told him what to do, and he was like, okay, I mean, this isn't going to piss the house off. So it's kind of sucky. Like he actually took out some of the bigger threats this season, but I don't think he has a chance to win. How do you guys feel about him?
Yeah, I completely agree about Turner. I actually felt kind of bad for him last night. Like he was obviously really upset after what happened with Alyssa and Brittany trying to force Alyssa to use their friendship against Turner to like trick him into a vote or whatever. And he approached Brittany in the bathroom and she was just like, I have literally nothing to say. And she was like, do you want to talk? And he was like, do you want to talk? And she's like, and then he like went upstairs and he just like started sobbing in the HOH room. I actually felt kind of bad for him. Like, I feel like emotionally, this is probably taking a big toll on him, it seems. I don't think he's going to win this game. I don't think either way, whoever he takes, if he wins, whoever he takes to the end, he's not going to win. I think, Isaiah, your point is completely right. With the Amira week, that wasn't him. That was just Joseph and Kyle starting the leftovers and forming that. And then they came up with that plan. When he took Kyle out, it was Michael basically forcing his hand to do so. Otherwise, he would have been complicit, even though Michael and Brittany were active in that situation and like doing the wrong thing. Turner would have then been complicit in that as well if he didn't take Kyle out. And then it was Monty basically just being like, I'm using the veto and we're taking out Michael. And Turner's like, oh, are you sure? And he like was clearly on the show waffling back and forth. And we saw with the double eviction that Monty went up to Michael and was like, sorry, man, like it has to be you. Like Turner just, he executed, but Monty was the one who made that move. Kyle and Joseph were the one who created the leftovers, and Michael and Brittany were the reason that Kyle's out. Like there's no way around it. Turner can't own any of that. And then to get rid of his only true ally that he could trust last week for no reason other than Kyle telling him like, oh no, I mean, I'm sorry, Monty telling him that like, I want Alyssa out. And then they just came up with this plan. Like, this was a bad move for Turner. If, let's say, Alyssa happened to win something, she would have taken Turner to the end. Like, there's no reason that he should have gotten rid of her last week. That was terrible, terrible, terrible gameplay. And he's like sitting there upset about it, and he's going to be on an island with a showmance in the final 3. Like, right before we started recording, or as we started recording, Taylor and Monty finalized their final 2. Like, Monty told Taylor, I am taking you if we get to the end. And he did not tell Turner today when Turner said, I will take you to the end. Monty said, okay, like whatever. Like, he didn't say the same thing back to him. So like, Turner's not getting there unless he wins, and he's losing against whoever he takes with him.
How about you, Josie?
There's a lot to process with that because I haven't like podcasted with y'all in a bit, so my thoughts on Turner are like kind of all in one because I'm really annoyed with the whole like BB Fest nonsense double thing, and I think his game really shot down from that point on.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's how to say, I'm not saying this in a negative connotation, but he's a victim of circumstances. His HOHs to me, if I could compare it to Big Brother Canada or Gino HOHs, in the sense that the week is already done for you and you just have to execute. And here's the thing, even if people did give him credit for those moves, his jury management has been horrible. Garbage. And I think people forget, and this is the issue. People who are naturally nice, it ends up being they had good jury management. But I truly think that there's no one in this season, to me, who's done great jury management, has been curating and working it. Not to bring up, I feel like every time I come on this show, I talk about Kevin. But I feel like Kevin purposely curated what he was saying to the jury because he knows that jury management is a thing. So even if he was doubting himself in terms of game moves in comparison to Josh, because he worked that jury management, it made sense for him to win, even though we saw everything and we thought he was a deadlock winner for sure. But, again, perception is reality. And I feel like Turner, if he just lacked better, like if he had better social game, people in the jury would start making excuses. That's what I realized. Jury members will make excuses for people who they think deserve to win, even if it's unfounded. A lot of the times it is, but they twist it and they turn it. So you have to make sure that whoever is leaving in the house is going to advocate for you, is going to fight for you. If Alyssa went to jury and she didn't feel so bitter towards him, it would have been great for his game because she could have advocated for him, fought for him. But because she left bitter, she's not going to do that. She's not Team Turner anymore. She's Team Taylor, from my understanding, / Team Brittany. So I think his jury management is poorly done. I think this last week, I hate to see it, if Taylor went, it would have been better for his game. I don't know how Monty would have felt, but I don't think Monty would have started working with Alyssa, Brittany. He would have sticked with Turner. Brittany would have been probably aiming towards Monty more so than Turner, but I don't really know because she's a little all over the place. So I do think Alyssa staying would have been better for his game, but I'm glad that he flopped. I'm not rooting for him, so I'm okay he didn't move. I'm at peace with it because the weeks before this week, I'm lucky I did not have a mic at this show because I would have. Let me keep it a minimum. Yeah, I think he did poor jury management, so even his moves aren't justifiable enough to them for them to get a vote because, like Isaiah had mentioned, it's giving Gino HOHs. It feels like the week is done for him and he just has to execute.
Mm-hmm.
He should have utilized those weeks where the weeks were done for him to really manage his social game, and he flopped. So he does not deserve the win, in my opinion. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about who's in the jury, like Jasmine hated him while they were in the house together. So like, he's definitely not. I don't think he had any relationship with Indy. He burned his relationship with Joseph on the outside. He just burned Alyssa really bad and like didn't even tell her. It was lying to her face the whole week and then told her in the goodbye message. And she even said to Julie, like, I'm pissed at Turner. I think Kyle is like a question mark. I don't think that, well, Michael said the LGBTQ thing to him, but he was upset about that. So like he doesn't have good relationships with anybody except maybe Terrence. I keep forgetting that Terrence is there. Yeah, he's not gonna win. He's not gonna win. Even if he gets there, he's not winning.
So I think Turner stays in C. I'm gonna be honest. The only potential swap could be B. We'll talk about it. But anyway, let's move to the B tier. So next we have the current HOH Taylor Hale.
Son for the phone over here. Son for the phone.
We have Taylor. She is in B tier right now. She's doing good. I'm not gonna lie though. The only thing that makes me a tad bit scared is that now that Brittany's going, she's in a position where she kind of has to win the final HOH. I don't know necessarily. Obviously, Turner's not going to take her to the end, in my opinion, unless he comes to his senses. I don't know what Monty wants to do either. I don't know if he's going to take Taylor. I don't know if he's going to take Turner. He has final 2 deals with both of them, to be honest with you. So he kind of, if I'm Monty, we're going to get to him. Just throw the final HOH and let them pick for you. Honestly, we've seen Mike Boogie do it. We've seen Derek do it. We've seen plenty of other people do it. Honestly, you don't even need to win it. But anyway, with Taylor, I don't know. I feel like she's in a position where she has to win the final HOH. When she gets there, I think that she obviously beats Turner. Monty might be a little bit hard. I'm not going to lie, but I feel like she still can pull it out if she executes it correctly. It's going to be an uphill battle, but how do you guys feel about Taylor?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Monty winning the veto is not great for Taylor's game. I do think Monty's going to take her if he wins. I do think so. I mean, like I said, he did just tell her, like, I'm taking you. I think this man cares too much about what the public would think if they're on the feeds having sex with each other. And she said to him last night, don't be a Kyle and have sex with me and then lie to me about the game. And he's like, no. I don't think he would do that. I think he would just be too worried about the backlash, honestly. So I think no matter what, he's probably taking her if he wins. If he throws it just so he doesn't have to sit next to her and can beat Turner, that's a little different. But I think if he wins, he's taking her. I think you're right. I think it's a coin flip for her. I wish, listen, it's a long week. This house has flipped before. They could flip again. I don't think that he's going to take Turner out, but like, you really never know what could happen. If Taylor can do some work and get him to keep Brittany, that is ideal for her. She beats Brittany 100%. She beats Turner 100%, but I just don't see a scenario where Turner and Taylor sit next to each other. And I think you're right. It's a coin flip between her and Monty. I think she might still have an edge, but I think she's really going to need to win at least one part of the final HOH. And I don't know. These comps are not easy at the end. So I just don't know which one would even be like set up for her to win. Last night's comp, as soon as I saw it was like Fashion Fest, I was like, oh, Taylor's got this. And even then it was a toss up between her and Brittany. It was the tiebreaker. So I don't know. I'm a little worried for her. It was great. We were all celebrating last night when she won. And then today when we heard Monty win veto, I think everybody was like, ooh, this is going to be not the easiest road for her. But listen, episode 1, week 1, night 1 was not the easiest road for her. And here she is, final 3. So she's done it before. She could do it again. I think she can get there. And I think she has a lot of advocates in the jury that would give her a vote.
No, this is the only thing that scares me, right? Let's pretend that Turner, well, I don't know what Brittany's going to do. Let's pretend Turner goes there. With the people in jury right now, right? I feel like Indy could be a vote for Taylor. Jasmine could be a vote for Taylor. Joseph is a vote for Taylor. Kyle, I think he's going to vote Monty.
I think so too.
Terrence
is definitely not voting Monty. Yeah, definitely not.
Michael, I think is going to vote Monty.
I don't know.
No.
His exit interviews makes it sound like he's going to give the guys credit. And that's what he's been saying in his exit interviews. He's been saying that plenty of times. That's why I'm saying that. So, in my opinion, 3-3, Alyssa, Taylor, Brittany seems bitter. I don't know what she's going to do. And Turner could possibly be a vote for Monty. So
I think Turner's definitely a vote for Monty. I don't think he's voting for Taylor.
Is it really going to come down to Brittany?
A vote for Taylor, though. I don't think she does not like Monty, and Monty does not like her, and they are not making it a secret that they don't like each other. So I think she votes for Taylor.
No,
in this instance.
I think Michael's is a deciding vote, not Brittany.
So that's what I'm saying. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5. No, you said this is for Monty, Brittany?
No, Brittany's for Taylor.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Taylor. 1,
That's all she
2,
needs, right? It's 9.
3, and then possibly Michael. Yeah,
That's all she needs.
I
Joseph, I
think
think, could be a toss up.
I
I
yeah.
don't
think
think he's 100% for Taylor.
You don't think so? So then maybe
Carmen is
Joseph and
going
Michael
less
are the people
Taylor in the
who
jury. There's
choose.
no way. There's
So
no
I
way.
don't
maybe it's
know.
up to Monty and Michael. I said mine. Joseph and Michael could be the deciding votes here for who
Okay,
wins the season.
let me take the mic for a second. Okay. Here's what I think. First of all, on Taylor's game, she needs to pull a Jocelyn Hernandez for the people who understand that reference. You get it. And just missed Monty into keeping Brittany. I think it's feasible. If Taylor just goes, hey, Monty, she climbs into the bed and she explains to him, well, no one likes Brittany. Brittany's, first of all, no, like, let's be honest, no one really fucks with Brittany.
No.
He is guaranteed to beat 2 people. That's how I wouldn't even think about final 2 when I'm pitching to him. I'm saying, we want to be here to win. Turner could beat us. Turner has friends in the house, even though people, whatever, they don't know that, whatever. But I think she could really spin and advocate for Brittany if she does a little bit of Taylor miss. But if she's gonna sit there and not like put pressure on it, then it's not gonna happen. But at the end of the day, in terms of jury votes, I think Taylor is gonna sit there during the final speeches and kick some ass.
Oh,
Honestly
yeah.
and truly. Don't forget they always ask, what would you do world peace? She's gonna come in ready. She's gonna look classy, elegant, cute, and she's gonna speak. And that to me is what's gonna be a big difference. Obviously, am I saying that Monty can't speak? No, that I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, the way Taylor has always presented herself so far, she has been sickening. And she does it, and she does it with poise. And that to me is also going to secure some of those votes. I think Joseph is a secure vote for Taylor. I think there's no way he's voting for Monty. Like, if we're being real, like, he is not. I genuinely think Joseph is voting for Taylor. And the jury, he's been rooting for her out loud, rooting for her. And I feel like the women have been with Joseph so long that they're on the Taylor page. No one's fucking with Kyle. Kyle needs to realize, because I'm sure that people got a little bit of Taylor lashings. So that's definitely going to be a conversation in the jury house. Oh, how do we treat Taylor? Blah, 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 blah. I also think that Monty is definitely taking Taylor regardless because, one, she's a Black woman. That's going to look so bad on him, and I know that he knows that because race has been brought into the game way too many times now for him not to click into the fact that if he picks Turner over Taylor, it's going to look bad. And they've been sleeping together. So that's just going to look messy. He has no chance.
Hot take. If he takes Turner, I feel like he still wins.
I think he wins, but
he's absolutely going to win against
Yeah,
Turner.
I think it's going to look poorly on
I'm
him.
saying if he pulls a Drew Diane and like knocks her out,
No, he's not going to do that because they've had no. Here's what I mean.
I think it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
No, I think he's too self-aware
power-
to know. Like, I think he's nervous about how he would be perceived.
Oh, for
'Cause all
sure.
he
No,
does
I'm
is
just
talk on the
saying.
cameras like,
I'm just
"Sorry,
saying
America, hey,
hypothetically.
America."
I'm saying hypothetically, if he did it, I still think he would win. And I don't.
Oh
Hypothetically,
yeah, he would win
Yeah.
1,000%.
he's definitely beating Turner. I think anyone who goes against Turner except for Brittany is winning.
Yeah.
But my point is that let's be real. There's no way that Monty is going to stand up on live television and say, I vote to evict you, Taylor, after sleeping with her and her being a Black woman. There's no way in hell. I know he's more aware of the situation. And the thing is, prior to Kyle's comments, I feel like he was a little ignorant going through life acting like nothing was happening. But that specific moment in that series made things evidently clear. And I don't think he can forget that. So I feel like the race thing, it got put into the game by Kyle. So I feel like that's still heavy. And like when people think back to that, like you can't just forget that. You really can't just forget that. Taylor's treatment in the house has been talked about severely. So I know that he is self-aware enough to not be an idiot, sleep with her, and tell her he's taking her to the end. If he wouldn't have said he was taking her, okay, cool. He didn't make no promises. But you're sleeping with her, you're actively making out with her, and you're telling her you're taking her to the end. It's going to look badly on him, and I know that he's self-aware enough to realize that. I think he's, the whole, like, pretending like he's the realities of him being a Black man aren't a part of the game have well been over for a while. So I think it would be really bad on him if he did it, and I think he knows that. Like, is it bad if he? Am I saying at the end of the day that if he cuts Taylor and he makes it to the end with Turner final two, that he doesn't deserve to win? No, I'm not saying that, but I just don't think the win is gonna feel as great because there's gonna be a lot of
Now, if Taylor
know-
gets rid of Monty, is that same sentiment going to be for her?
for Taylor. I think
Yeah.
Taylor's taking Monty because Taylor has been nothing but loyal. Please name me a time Taylor
For
has,
sure. No, I'm saying hypothetically, if she
but she's not
comes,
going to. That's why to me it's not a hypothetical because she's not.
I
I
never say never
genuinely-
anymore with the
I
show.
said
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Why?
Genuinely, in my heart of hearts, no, for a fact she will not. When has Taylor ever turned on her word?
I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying hypothetically. Just like, for example, I mean, obviously, I don't think he was actually going to do it. But if you remember in All Stars 2, as crap of a season that was, you got Enzo coming to his senses and is like, ugh, I don't know if I can beat Cody. Well, if I win this final thing, I might consider taking him out. That's what I'm saying. Is the thought even like a recollection, like, maybe I should just take Turner instead of Monty?
No.
You don't think so?
The thing with
When
it,
the game is on the line, I'm just saying, the shit
Have you-
gets
have-
real. I'm
No,
just saying.
look at the game we have just witnessed. Look at the game we have been playing for X amount of days. We haven't been playing it. We've been watching it, but they have been playing for how many days? Look at Taylor's behavior from beginning. From beginning. It is not in her nature. The thing is that everyone's gonna lash like, and I wanted to talk about this earlier. Yeah, people are gonna give Monty lashings on Twitter.com, but Taylor has turned the cheek to people.
everybody.
Like Daniel, this entire time, these people have been ruthless to her, and she will get out of the house. She will see all of this, or she's gonna hear it from her friends. I am sure her friends are gonna, girl, let me give you the tea while we play this Beyonce album in order. That's what I think will happen. She will have this conversation with them. She will find out, and she will still choose to turn the other cheek. That is in her nature. That's all that's ever gonna happen. She's been an exemplary example of how someone holds themselves in as a well-respected woman, not even Black woman, as a woman, period, as a human. So for me to sit here and go, hypothetically, can she come? No, it is not in her nature. There's not been one single seed of her going, I don't know. She has heard Brittany talk shit about her.
I feel like,
and she's still
she's also realized she's in the game, and I feel like if it really meant
her character is way above the game.
I'm just saying.
I don't think so. I'm
just saying never say never. I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying there's a small percentage that she could.
Josie, I partially disagree with you there, because the whole time she has been saying, like, I'm going to be the first Black woman to win Big Brother. I think she might put that above Monty. I do think so, and I think she would be smart to do so. Like, the problem is, though, I do think that she thinks Turner would beat her, because I don't think she realizes what the jury is thinking about Turner, because that's what she keeps saying to Monty, like, Turner's going to win. Turner's going to beats both of us. Turner beats both of us. And yes, Appy Panda said in the chat too, she convinced herself to betray Michael. And that really was her move. She convinced Monty and Turner to vote out Michael when they were going to stick to that gentleman's agreement. So like, hopefully she'll take credit for that in the final three, but she orchestrated that behind the scenes.
Like
and that was her closest ally.
If there's a percentage, I feel like the percentage, I'm leaning towards you, Josie, where I feel like way more, like if there's like a number grade, I would give it like 80%. I doubt that she would cut Monty. Dead ass. But there is that small little percentage that I feel like she's going to at least consider that, like, if I really want to secure this win, am I going to beat Monty? I don't know. Like, it's going to come in her mind at least. I'm not saying she's going to do it. But she's going to think about it.
I would be naive to say she's not going to think about it. Like, obviously, when you're in the house, you have to think about your options. But her actually executing that to me is a no. Just because, like, also, I think if we're being really for real, putting my love for Taylor aside, she wins the game. She has done nothing wrong to any of the.
I don't think it's as clear as you think.
I don't care if it's if it's 4-5. She still wins. My point is she wins. It doesn't matter if it's.
I'm saying I don't know if it's as guaranteed. I don't know if it's. I don't know.
I don't think it's a guarantee. I really don't.
My opinion stands that she will be winning, regardless of who she sits beside.
I hope so.
When
I hope
she
so. I'm
will
rooting for
speak,
her.
y'all, I swear on everything. The final, and the pressure of being in front of everyone, there is going to be a live audience. People are not used to that. She will be coming in, she will be speaking so eloquently, and she has dealt with this jury who's been going against her. They're gonna realize that, damn, she played an absolutely beast of a game. That doesn't mean that Monty did not play a good game, but what can Monty say that he did? Like, let's start naming it. We can. Like, please, I'll gladly take it. What can he say
Oh,
that he did?
I
Truly.
think Monty has truly went, and I mean, I guess this can kind of cross over to him as well. I think what Monty's game has been is that he's kind of just trying to been playing the middle. If you think about it, he was involved in almost every single like dominant alliance this season. He's got Palace Pack. He has the whole leftover situation. He was involved with basically this whole showmance with Taylor. He
The
has another
Pound.
duo. He had the Pound. He was also in the duo with Turner. He's been involved with most of the big alliances this season, and
But what is his
give credit where credit's due. Michael is going to actually, I'm sure he's telling the jury that it's him more so than Turner who's responsible for him going. So the jury is already going to be thinking, hey, Monty's the one who kind of got me out.
one
So
move? Even though, like, is that what we're saying?
but what I'm saying is his game has been social. I don't think it's strategic. I think Taylor's more of a social player, and I think Monty's a social player. They're not strategists, they're social players. I think Monty
Right.
has put himself in a position where for weeks the people have been saying, hey, this guy's a threat. We cannot let him stay here. Yet he keeps finding ways to stay here because he's surrounded by the people who are in power in these games. And due to that, now he's in a place where he can kind of like sit and coast. And right now he's like basically guaranteed final two if Brittany goes and we're thinking correctly. Turner right now wants to take him to the final two. Taylor wants to take him to the final two. He doesn't even need to win the final pay. I almost called it paymaster. My God, he doesn't even need to win the final HOH at this point. So it's not. I think Taylor wins right now. I'm going on the record. I don't want to sit here next week. Taylor's the winner, and Josie's like, I told y'all, F y'all, because I know how you are. I think Taylor's gonna win, but I'm saying Monty has a good shot at winning too, and it's not as clear as I think you think it is.
I
That's what
think
I'm saying.
I'm not saying. Well, I never said it was clear that she's
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah, yeah. No, I get you. I get you.
But my point is, I think, and this is just me, like how my brain works. It's not about the end anymore. It's about who's fighting for you in the jury house. The jury house is still a game because yeah, you guys can relax and stuff, but people are still mind gaming you. Oh, who do you think should win? That conversation is always constantly happening. I don't think there's anyone who's like really a Monty cheerleader at this point in time. I think Terrence is a Turner cheerleader. I think Michael, Michael, I feel like is more willing to hear everyone else. I feel like Michael's so neutral almost. He'll advocate
So
for.
I will say this. I will play
Wait,
this
wait,
real
wait.
quick.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I
Go
just
back,
want to
go
play
back,
this real
no, no,
quick.
no, no,
Go
no, no, no.
ahead.
Go
Go
back.
ahead. Go
Go
ahead. Go
back.
ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I said I'm saying that Michael, I feel like, can advocate for a lot of people in the jury house. He's not rooting for one person only.
He gives me bitter vibes.
Terrence is giving me very much rooting for one person. Kyle has no leg to stand on. That man has been called a racist. He literally has no. He should be.
Is Alyssa going to vote with Kyle? Here's a question.
He is going to sleep with Alyssa. Is going to come into the jury house. They're going to sleep together. She's going to tell him how badly Turner did her, and she is going to advocate for the girls. Was that not what she was talking about earlier?
But is Kyle going to care?
Kyle has no place. He has no leg to stand on. He came into the jury house.
Like their dynamic reminds me of Jackson, Mickey, and Holly.
He has
That's
no
what I
leg
will
to stand
say.
on. Whoever he votes for at this rate, it has no impact. I think
That's fair. No, that's fair. I think that she's going to vote Taylor regardless. I'm just,
sit back and try to figure out what's going to be best for him to vote because he has literally no leg to stand on. But Jasmine, who's loud as fuck, is rooting for Taylor. Indy, loud as fuck, rooting for Taylor. Joseph, I feel like he's fighting for Taylor. From what we've seen from the jury,
he's open.
Oh, do we not watch those jury segments? Are we not watching those jury segments? Go Taylor.
I am.
Go Taylor. Come on.
I am. I think he's open now. I will say I think he's open.
I think that the jury.
I think he's leaning towards Taylor. For sure,
I think at the end of the day, there are more people who are Taylor Nation than there are Monty, and I think jury
It's
plays.
very close, in my opinion. I think it's very close.
I think what I'm trying to say is that I'm talking about Taylor's stance. Okay, we
Yeah.
have let's say we have a
If we're talking Taylor stands, I'm gonna say Indy, Jasmine, Alyssa, if Kyle doesn't do anything, and maybe Joseph.
But the
That's
thing is, I
four.
don't feel like there's Monty stans. I feel like there are people who are rooting for Monty, but not stans. And stans in this scenario, this is the analogy that I'm using. Stans have a more impact because they're so certain and they're very loud about who they're rooting for. That sometimes it has more of an influence than someone who's like, "Well, Monty did this, but I see
I
what."
don't think I don't think he has stands at all, actually. I just think that there's people in the jury that he spoke to more that Taylor actually didn't speak to little to
Yeah,
none.
that's fair. That's fair. It'll be an interesting game, but I do
Like
think
it's definitely gonna be a battle of whose social game is better, in my opinion.
I also think the speech is going to matter a lot, and I think who
Yeah.
wins the
And
competitions are going to
questioning.
matter a lot. Like,
And questioning.
I think
yeah, and what I think might hurt Monty, and it has nothing to do with Taylor's speech at all, I think is that he's not going to own up to the type of game that he played, because all day yesterday, him and Turner were talking about how they want to play this game without manipulating people and without lying. And like, you lied to Michael, you lied to, like, you guys lied a lot actually to a lot of people in the house. So
Yeah.
you could say that, but like, you did lie. So I don't know
No.
that the jury's going to respect that as much, but that doesn't
Worst
mean I think
thing.
it's going to be a knockout of the park for Taylor either. Like,
Yeah.
if she doesn't win anything, it's just going to look like Monty dragged her there. So like,
I think she
that's
wins
not good
part one.
either.
So here's the worst thing for him, and this is why I'm leaning towards Taylor winning. Monty wants to win the final HOH, and I mean, who wouldn't at this? I think, as a viewer, obviously I would throw it, but like, obviously, when you're in the house, who the hell's going to throw the final HOH, right?
Right.
If he wins that, he has to cut one of the two people who he promised final two to, and whoever he does that to is going to be bitter as hell and be like, "F you, Monty, I'm not
I
voting
don't think
you."
Turner is
No,
bitter like
he's kinda
that.
just went on a spiel about Alyssa.
He has a relationship with Taylor too, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
He literally
know.
went on a spiel talking about, I can't believe Alyssa can't separate the game, blah 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 blah. So if he went to do that, if I was Monty and I'm in the final two with Taylor and he's like, "Why'd you cut me, dude?" He should be able to go, What did you say? You should be able to
Yeah.
separate the game from the thing." But do I
Yeah.
think Monty has the kahunas to say that? I don't know. I don't know.
There's also this, what Sappy Panda said in the chat, I think it's worth calling out. It says, Taylor and Monty being in a showmance will help Monty in a Taylor versus Monty final two because of internalized misogyny and jealousy, which we saw the entire season. So I don't see a world where Indy or Jasmine is 100% lock for Taylor. Like, they might be rooting for her now, but when she's sitting up there and she
There's no
didn't win
way
a comp to get there and Monty dragged her there, like, they're just gonna be like, oh, this is what we thought. She's a guy's girl, and they're gonna vote for Monty. Like, it could totally happen. It could totally happen. I don't think it's
I'm
a
still
given
leaning
for
towards
either.
a Taylor win, but
I'm
it's
leaning
like,
towards the Taylor win too, but I think it's
Yeah.
not impossible that Monty
It's
beats
so
her.
I don't
up in
think
the
she's gonna
air.
get dragged to the end. I genuinely think she wins part one HOH. It's endurance.
Well,
Miss
yeah, no, I'm
Taylor
saying
the Wall?
she's
mean,
gonna have
Monty's
to
gotten
though.
some
Like, we want
HOHs
her to
too.
win, but like,
No, Miss Taylor the Wall, the cold water. Come on.
What were the HOHs that Monty won? Out of curiosity,
No,
I
I'm
don't
not-
remember.
I'm not-
throw the
Monty
beer
wins
thing.
part two. Monty, to me, this is what happens. Taylor wins part one. Monty wins part two. Part three, we'll see, depending on what the questions are. Because if they're like jury, like how do you think this person's?
They need to get rid of that damn competition.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of the.
Game. So
They
I
put so
don't-
much money into these little like segments, and I'm just like, bro, this could be like a reunion, like
Right.
you know, yeah,
But-
it's a crapshoot at the end of the day, like you know,
I
it's so
think Taylor
random.
knows the jury a little bit more if that's the type of question, and I think she wins final HOH. I genuinely think that
Yeah.
part one HOH is more Taylor's odds than anyone. Miss Wall Taylor, come on, be for real, be for real. The cold water.
I think it's going to be a very interesting end game. I really hope that Turner doesn't win anything, because if we get to see Turner leave, I feel like this final two will be one of the more interesting final twos in a
Yeah.
long time. Yeah,
we would have a game. Otherwise, whoever's sitting
yeah.
next to Turner is just going to win. Which
like, I don't.
I'm happy with either Monty or I'm
But
of
still.
course rooting for Taylor
Yeah.
100%. I would be happy with I'd be fine with the Monty win. I wouldn't be thrilled with it, but like, that's what a lot of us have been expecting for a while now. I think it's just like, we hope that Taylor's going to pull through, and I think she has a good chance against him.
Yeah,
But both of them have a way better chance against Turner.
Like, I
whoever's next to
remember
Turner, they're winning.
BB20. That finale was so fun because you don't know who's going to win. You know,
Mhm.
like I love close votes. You know, like
Yeah.
it's very exciting.
And we
You know,
haven't had one in a while.
Casey and Tyler, like that was crazy to watch. Like I really want to see like an interesting. I want to see who can explain a game best because I don't know if Monty or Taylor necessarily know their games either. Like I don't think Taylor understands how much of an underdog she was because she isn't aware of a lot of the crap that was being said.
Well,
And
yeah.
then I don't think Monty's aware of how much he was being targeted for a majority of this season. And I don't know if he has a good understanding that his social game is really what got him here. I hope he doesn't say that he was like this huge strategist or anything because I don't really think he was. Like,
No.
so you know, I don't know if either one of them have a good understanding of what their games were this season. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
I want to segue into the video you wanted to show by saying this very quickly. I think the exit interviews also played a part. I haven't seen every single one of them, but when they call people out for their behavior towards Taylor, I don't know if they've been doing it so much.
I don't really think they can do that in the jury questions.
I don't know
Like
if
they
they
need
have
to get
to.
their questions approved.
Yeah.
And that I
But,
think
like,
has too much of an
I
impact
don't.
on the
That's what I'm
game.
saying. I don't know if it happened, but if people are hinting towards Taylor's support, people are gonna overthink that.
So you were allowed to do that with pre-jurors,
Yeah.
but jury they're so much more strict. It's like basically how we were
But
with
like, have
global.
you guys been watching it where there hasn't been
Yeah.
any like Taylor mention at all?
Because they're not going to allow that. They're not going to. They're not allowed
No,
to
I'm just
ask
asking.
any.
Like, if you've not seen any, then sure. Like, we
Oh
can.
no, yeah, they're not allowed to
Yeah,
ask any
not
questions
really.
about
But
specific players or like
I don't know.
they're not allowed to lead into innuendos or you know. So
I also
I don't
don't
know.
think the jury's gonna know about Taylor and Monty hooking up until Julie starts
Mm.
doing the recaps of the season, and
Is
everyone's
anyone in the house now?
I
no.
hope that they don't show
don't.
it to the jury because I don't want that to play into the jury. Like that should be don't that's still
No,
part of the
I think
game. Like
it's-
until they put the key in the lock, like I don't
think it'll
want
be
them
after
to
that.
know. Yeah,
think
as
it'll
long
be
as it's
after
after that, I'm fine with it. But like that shouldn't play into anybody's game.
I don't think they're going to show footage or anything. They're just going to
I
say
hope
that
not.
they
I mean,
were.
I'm saying if they did, it would be then, but
Yeah.
they're not telling anyone, so there's no way
Right.
that's gonna be impacting.
Well,
the
they're
game.
just
talking about telling
gonna-
people this week. They're like, well, it doesn't matter now because we're gonna make it. But like, it matters because if Turner knows and like tells everybody, like, don't, just chill and just wait until the end. It's like 4
Whose
days.
idea
Not
is
really.
that?
Both of them are like, I think it was more Taylor maybe saying like, should we even hide it anymore? And like, yeah, you should still hide it. Hide it. It's way easier to hide it now. There's only going to be 3 people in the house. Just hide it.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut and like just keep it in your pants for like 4 days and you're good. You
What a
don't even need to keep it in
mess.
your pants. Just do it after Turner
Yeah.
goes to sleep, like you've been doing.
Wow. Well, all right. Well, I mean, that's the podcast. I mean, what a mess that this has been. Crazy. It's been a while since I've enjoyed Endgame Big Brother. I'm usually
Yeah.
checked out by now, and I stopped giving a damn. Yeah, don't make that. I really don't care about Endgame Big Brother.
BB
There's
Can,
no
the one we just watched.
BBUS. I don't care.
Okay, I'd
Like-
like to clarify.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. The
repping
game.
BB Can merch as
Yeah.
but Netta's.
The game is usually over by now. Like I don't, I'm not really interested. So at least Taylor and Monty is giving me something to talk about because usually we would have just been here like, oh, this person's gonna win. Bye. Like so
Well, I'm
Yeah.
taking my life back from these people until the finale because we know Brittany's leaving and it's just a matter of until we
Hey,
see the
well,
final
that's-
3 HOH. So like enjoy your hookup time, Taylor and Monty. I will give you your privacy. I'll check in on Twitter here and there, but we know until we
Yeah.
get to the final part of the HOH and see who starts winning.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us like usual at Silent Podcast. And if you're interested, please follow us on our social media pages, on our streaming platforms, and all that fun stuff. And every little bit helps. If you're interested, please leave us a 5-star review. If it's 4 or anything lower, then do not do it at all because you're going to mess up our algorithm. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Next week will be over. We've been doing these podcasts since like
July.
what's the no? I'm talking about Silent Podcast. This will be how many seasons have we completed fully? This will be with this group 3.
BB Can 9, right? Was the first one you guys did?
Yeah. Well, Silent Podcast has been doing it for a
No,
minute,
I
but
don't
with this group,
Oh,
this group.
2 seasons.
we two seasons. So did we not do 20, 22, 23, whatever season?
Not us.
Interesting.
Silent
Okay.
Podcast covers it, but the 3 of us didn't do it.
Oh, I did it with Sarah. That's right.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, This is our closeout. If you're interested, please make sure to stay tuned because we have Katie and she's going to talk about it, talking about the Challenge USA, and she's had plenty of thoughts. So, Katie, what do you have to plug?
Yes, I see my girl Valencia in the chat saying my girl Shady Katie is not really being shady. I said before we started recording that I'm saving my energy for the challenge finale because I have so much to say about the challenge finale, and we're recording in 10 minutes live here on YouTube on the same channel. So please feel free if you would like to hear us continue talking about that. I will be joining Carrie, and Tito will be joining us very shortly to talk about this mess of a finale. And then TJ Hates Quitters is over for me, at least for now. Carrie is going to keep it going, I believe, into the next season. But I was just on for Challenge USA. I think I'm quitting the challenge forever. That's how burned I feel by this. But you can also catch me on Fire and Pod with Chanel, and Javier is our official host. Josh had to step away, unfortunately, but we shout out to Josh Kettles. We have an open invite to him anytime. But Javier is joining us full time, and he's been so fun to have on. We've been having a lot of fun covering the season. Fun is a weird thing to say given what happened in the last episode if you watched it, but like we're really enjoying ourselves talking about it, so check us out there. Obviously we are here, and then Carrie and I are covering all things Real Housewives on the Cool Water Show still every week. And you can throw me a follow on Twitter at RealSomeKatie or on Twitch at RealSomeKatie. I'm sorry, at twitch.tv/RealSomeKatie with an underscore at the end.
All right, Josie, where can people find you?
Yes, hi y'all. I know it's been a while. I'm still chaotic as ever. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JosianXNM, JosianeXNM. Sorry, every time I spell that out, I think of Carrie. Every single time. I cannot escape it. Yeah, I've been taking a break from podcasting to settle into the new phase of my life. However, that does not mean I'm gone. Just gone. Obviously there's a lot happening, so keep a lookout for Just So Damn Messy. Me and my co-hosts are just settling back into university life in person now. In Canada we've been very strict, so we're just trying to figure out our lives, and we're going to get back into it. Occupation Double is starting for my French speakers. If you like messy French reality TV, let me know. Because I will be tweeting it, and it will be on everyone's timeline starting Sunday. So be prepared, Slay. But that's it from me. And yeah, Isaiah, what about you, King? Where can people find you?
You can find me right here at 8 Ball Bangers on all social media. Yeah, I've been practicing
I
that.
like that. I'm impressed. I would be like, which side is it?
Like usual, you can Survivor Philadelphia is ending next week. I'm in the final 5. I'm very happy about that. It's been fun. So check out that. You can check me out here like usual. Me and Nicole, we do a show called the Isaiah and Nicole Show where we've been talking about our regular weeks, and it's been a freaking mess, and we get a lot of tweets about it, so I've been enjoying that, so check that out. And then lastly, you can check me at the Purple Pants podcast, where me and Bryce Isaiah, we were talking about our monthly podcast where we talk about our favorite music. We got in a whole argument about Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim, so that was a fun time. You can definitely go check that one out.
Which side were you on?
Nicki Minaj, it is what it is. But until next week, where I don't know if we're gonna have a winner crown next week, yeah, or no?
Next Sunday.
So this is going to be the second to last podcast next week. But until then, we'll see you next time.